Alright everybody, so we're working here at Nintendo and the NES is selling great. We need to make a sequel to it, a more enhanced version. We could call it the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Instead of Nintendo Entertainment System, we'll be upgrading to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But let's do a little pattern. Starting from the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, releasing in 1990, which that's what I'm saying, we're gonna do it like this. Make that a success, and then 6 years later, in 1996, releasing the Nintendo 64, making it an success and failure. And then we're gonna make a failure console, a GameCube, in 2001. And then in 2006, which is 5 years after the GameCube, make it a success, the Wii. And then 6 years later, in 2012, we released the Wii U, and it's a failure, like a true failure. And then we go to the Nintendo Switch in 2017, and we make that a success. And I don't know what console goes after that, but I know it's going to be released somewhere in 2023 or 2024. I don't know around those years, but I don't know what to call it, but we'll make that one a failure. I've been checking a lot of sales on Nintendo consoles throughout the years, and I've noticed a pattern that's been happening for the past 35 years on Nintendo consoles. But if you don't count the Nintendo Entertainment System, which was their first home console that Nintendo has made, then let's just say 30 years. Now, I love Nintendo. Since I was a little kid, I heard of Nintendo, their Super Mario 64 games, and I was on, like, Nintendo 64 and the Wii were only currently visible to me. I never knew any other Nintendo consoles existed besides the DS, but anything else, nothing else was there besides those platforms. So for like the past year now, this entire year, I've been checking sales in that. So I hope my favorite video game company does not go bankrupt. Nintendo, what the heck happened to you in 2012? Now I have noticed a strange pattern, like about 2 weeks ago, of Nintendo's consoles, from one being a success to one being kind of like a mediocre success, and failure at the same time. Then it just goes to a normal success or probably a failure, and then goes back to success, and then goes to failure, and then it just repeats, rinse and repeat, all that. This is what I like to call the Nintendo pattern, which is the title of this video, and I'm going to be explaining what I'm talking about this, or what am I talking about, this little thing I like to call the Nintendo pattern. Let's go back to 1985. So Nintendo released the Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1985 in America. Then we go to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, which sold 20 million less, but it was still a good success either way. Then we have one that sold 10 million less than the SNES, the Nintendo 64 in 1996. Just to let you know, the SNES released 5 years after the one in 1985, NES. SNES released in 1990, but 6 years later we have the Nintendo 64 in 1996. Then 10 million more decreased with the failure of the GameCube. Why? Only 20-something million in 2001 from, I don't know. Then 5 years later we have Nintendo Wii in 2006, which sold crazy because of casual gamers. It sold over 100 million, but for some reason, the thing lasted for 6 years, and the sales decreased, like really decreased down to 13 million for some reason on the Wii U. Then now we have the Nintendo Switch in 2017, and we have it now, that's selling almost 70 million. That is crazy. It's gonna beat the PlayStation 4 someday, I know it. Just like the Wii beat the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was a failure, what the heck. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Nintendo pattern. No Xbox or PlayStation, they're gone, bye. 5 more episodes to go.